Hi, folks. This is show 158, 206 overall. This is, you ready?
I'm ready.
No,
I was born for
the lovely, the vivacious Lucy Hutchins. Let's give her a hand. Come on, all right. See, the kids are right there. And over here, we don't have to applaud kids. It's all right. No. We have Harry. Harry went. Oh.
Thank you.
I like it. Oh, we're back. Oh,
and we're back.
All right. Lucy was here last week. I took a shower, Harry. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just adjusting myself.
Stop it. Lucy was here last week, and we have more information. You're going to be so healthy you won't be able to stand yourself.
No, you can't get enough of me.
Can't get enough of her. You heard that, folks. Dial 1-800. All right. So, Lucy, why don't we go through again? You have a podcast.
Yes, the Healthy Mama podcast. And you can listen to that anywhere that you listen to podcasts, or you can go to my website, and that's lucyhutchingsrd.com/podcast.
You do it too fast, Lucy.
Oh, it'll come up on the screen.
Oh, it'll come up on the screen, so don't worry. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so on that podcast, I talk to mamas trying to get healthy, and I give them a lot of information on how to do that in a realistic, sustainable way. I'm a busy mama. I have 3 kids, and I want to give them the best, healthiest foods, but I don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. I don't want to do that all day and then clean and everything like that. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, open the window, you know, just let the wind blow through.
Right. Well, I am a registered dietitian, and I just opened up my private practice.
When exactly did you open this?
I guess it is exactly in December.
Is that just?
That's last
just
year.
say 3 months ago.
Last year.
A few months.
3 months.
Yes.
Way back. Last year. Way back. We're off. Oh, there we are.
Prior to that, I was a clinical inpatient dietitian for over 13 years in a hospital.
Name it? You want to give them a plug?
It was at Emerson Hospital.
Emerson Hospital, and beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Concord, Mass.
Have you been there before? Have you frequently?
Many times, buddy, unfortunately, yes. They cut me up a few times.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
overlooking Route 2, or for our Spanish-speaking friends, Dos, right there. What the heck's going on? Oh, hey, we're off and on. Now we're back. Maybe it's you. Oh, okay, go ahead, Lucy.
Yes, so I'm actually very, very excited to be transitioning into a private practice setting, because being in the hospital is very different than...
Yeah, they're all sick.
Yeah, people, it's true, which is great to be in there helping them as a dietitian. However, you don't get to follow up with them afterwards. It's not always the best time for them to be receiving nutrition counseling. They're not always very receptive.
No, you always go, yeah. Just leave it, I'll read it later. Leave me alone.
Exactly.
Nurse, can I have some booze, please?
You have been there. Oh.
You're damn right I have been there. Many times, right? Too many times.
I'm sorry.
Not as sorry as I am.
Yep.
The other problem with that kind of setting is that it's very symptom management. When you, let's say you have high cholesterol and you go to your doctor, then you're going to be prescribed a cholesterol-lowering medication.
Or atorvastatin, right?
Yes. Yeah. Some kind of medication. And my thing is that I feel like nobody's getting to the root of the problem. Like, why was the cholesterol elevated in the first place? So I take a more of a holistic approach. I think that...
I have a question on that.
Sure.
I had perfect numbers, you know, and wound up with a heart attack. So the numbers really mean nothing, folks.
Well,
they really,
that can happen. Were you on any medications before that?
No, none for that.
Yes, so the numbers don't always give the whole picture, and really wellness is about the whole body, even the mental side of it, and so that's why my business name is Wellness from Within Nutrition, LLC, and I really do believe that it's a holistic
Limited liability corporation, folks, but you don't know the lingo.
Right, it's a real business.
Real business, buddy.
Yeah, so I have some things to talk about today.
Really? I thought you just had nothing to do today and wanted to drop in.
I know. I was just visiting.
It could have been a piece of bagel that got caught in your arteries, maybe.
You done?
Oh, sorry.
Bagels and arteries?
Bagels don't go in the arteries, you turkey.
So what I want to talk about today is that the weather is getting nicer.
Oh, seeing being meteorologists, we love this. Go right ahead.
Exactly, right?
Yes, yes.
'Cause what season are we in right now?
Spring.
Yeah.
As you can tell by Ed's attire here today.
It's spring.
Well, yeah, I'm still in a sweater because it's so a little chilly out.
Well, you're beyond.
I want to show off the guns.
He wears shorts all winter, so.
You were wearing them during a snowstorm, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
But so spring is here and summer's right around the corner, and I think a lot of people are. I'm excited for spring. You know, being in New England, I'm really done with winter. But I think a lot of people are feeling like this is probably a good time to start getting healthy, maybe losing some of that winter weight, or maybe that COVID weight, whatever you want to call it.
Nobody on this couch.
Do I eat low fat this, low fat that? Ugh, gave up all kinds of things. Boy.
Oh, so that's a good point. So what do you think that people are thinking when they say to themselves, all right, I got to get in shape because summer's coming, bathing suit weather's coming?
Oh, right. I always wear a bathing. I parade around the
He's
house.
switched to a onesie now.
Yeah.
He's no longer.
You're talking about guns, Harry.
Right.
So what do people think about when it's time to get healthy?
Get that bathing suit on, baby, and lose some weight.
They want to lose weight.
That's right.
And so how do you do that?
Stop eating. No, that's not right.
Exercise.
Exercise.
Oh, the audience is in there. Guy, give her a ding. Thank you very much. We have a correct answer.
Survey says. Oh.
Thank you.
So physical activity. So people might think, oh, I got to go to the gym. It's time to get that gym membership or use the gym membership.
Wrong.
And get, you know, they might say, I got to get to the gym and exercise an hour a day. And maybe I need to start eating low-fat products and cut calories and go on a diet.
Stop drinking the beer and the liquor.
Yes, that would be a good thing to do. So they have this in their head. This is like, oh, I got to exercise, I got to lose weight, I got to go on a diet, all these things. And that can be really overwhelming and not sound very good. So I think what that ends up happening is that people start to say, well, it's too hard to get healthy. There's too many things I have to change in order to get healthy, so forget it. Or I don't want to give up my favorite food, so I'm not gonna do it. Right? All these overwhelming thoughts happen. And what do you think happens when you have these overwhelming thoughts in your head? What are these thoughts doing for us? Because they actually have a purpose. Guesses?
Not
the flight or fight.
What? What are you talking
It
about?
causes stress.
Depression too, because then you probably gain more weight from that, right? From being depressed.
This
What's the
overwhelmed
point of living,
state,
You done?
Yeah. Thanks.
feeling like it's too hard to get healthy. What that does is it's actually protecting us.
Well, have a piece of fruit for a change instead of grabbing that piece of donut or
Yeah,
something.
easier said than done, for sure.
That was a song.
So when you are having these overwhelmed thoughts, your body is actually protecting you. It's saying, it's protecting you from having to do the hard work. Because if you say, I'm too overwhelmed and it's too hard to get healthy, then you don't have to do the work of getting healthy. So you're actually protecting yourself. And that's a very natural, normal thing for humans to do.
Or reminding you that you're not really that,
Well, what happens when people stay in this overwhelmed state? If they say it's too hard, there's too many things to change.
From New York City, we tell them to suck it up. Shut up and do it.
You could try to force it, but I think what happens a lot of the times is that no change happens.
Hey, I used to weigh 175 when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
All muscle, right?
No, all flat. All right, kids, let's have some candy.
He had more hair back then, so he got weighed down by the hair gel.
Right.
By the hair gel.
Thank you. She's never going to get finished.
Oh,
Cut it out.
sorry.
All right, so if we stay in this overwhelmed place, nothing happens. We don't ever actually get healthy or lose the weight because we're just afraid of failing. If you say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds or 50 pounds or whatever it is, but then you don't lose it, then you end up with that feeling of failure. So you're protecting your body by having these overwhelming thoughts. All right, so I want to get you out of this state. I want to get you out of this overwhelmed place because it's not serving you.
Yeah, we didn't play this, Ed. This is an intervention.
All right, but I have another question.
You know where the door is,
How
don't you?
how can we help them?
I have another question for you guys.
Oh.
Yes.
What do you think is overwhelming about getting healthy? Why are people overwhelmed? Why don't people want to do it?
Because
Too
at
much
the
trouble.
moment you weigh 400 pounds, and you're like,
Oh, Harry,
am I
let's
gonna-
not get it.
I'm going with an
It's
extreme.
too
an
big,
extreme-
too
right.
big of a.
Oh, you're too big. Yeah.
It's a too big of a job to do.
Right.
If you have
In
a
other words.
lot of weight to lose, it seems so overwhelming that it may even seem impossible.
Well, what's 10 pounds? That ain't so hard.
That might not be hard, but it might be really hard for some people. It really depends. But how do we know what to do to get healthy? Where do we get our nutrition advice?
We call
and our weight
1-800
loss?
Lucy.
Do you have any input, Harry?
You can go to the internet and get stuff.
The internet.
Trouble you don't know
Thank
whether
you.
it's all good or not.
Thank you.
WebMD.
WebMD, yes.
Oh.
So we
What,
get
Mayo Clinic,
Oh,
right?
there's so many different places where we get messages telling us what we need to do to lose weight or get healthy. It might be the internet. It might be doctors and nurses, health professionals. It might be the health and wellness, the diet and weight loss industry. That right there is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So they are going to be telling you what they think you should do to lose
Don't
weight.
they reel you in and
And then, hey, buy our products so that you can
sure,
lose weight.
and you don't have to go shopping.
Yep, or cook. And then there's the big food industry, so things like the sugar industry and grain industry. They're going to be telling you to eat their products, and then you end up with a low-fat diet maybe, and things don't always go well. So do these messages that we get, do they always align with each other?
Not necessarily.
Right.
See that?
They're-
I
you got it.
totally
You got
remember
it.
that.
where's Ed's ding?
I
You got one, right?
Give me a ding. There you go.
Yeah, so what happens is these messages are conflicting. How do you know if you should be on a vegan diet or a keto diet?
A who diet?
Vegan, vegetarian, paleo, keto,
She cursing at me again?
carnivore.
Wait a minute. Oh, carnivore. Rip that meat.
There's soup diets and
What the
grapefruit
hell?
diets.
Where did they come up with all this
Paleo.
stuff?
Don't forget your favorite.
I said
Oh, did you?
paleo.
Oh,
I like
sure.
paleoclimatology, actually, yeah.
So there's
What's
so
paleo?
many-
You eat old bones or something?
It's like a primal style diet. So it's kind of going back to what we used to eat.
Don't look at me. I didn't eat that.
Meats and
She was around during that
vegetables
time.
and less grains and lots of healthy fats.
Really?
So there's just so many diets to choose from. How do you know? How do you know which one to choose?
You don't.
It's super overwhelming.
Trial and error, probably, right?
Wrong, Harry.
And
That's
some
not
people
how
have
to do
been
it.
trialing and erroring for a lot of years and are probably pretty sick of it. We also have unrealistic expectations of ourselves. We compare ourselves, especially women. I don't know about you guys.
Well, I
but,
found that to be true, yes.
you look at Hollywood and you look at social media and you're seeing pictures of what you're supposed to look like. And so you kind of give yourself this expectation that that's how you should look. And it keeps you in this overwhelmed state. So all these messages, unrealistic expectations, this fear of failure that I mentioned already, and then being too busy. So if you decide that you're going to start exercising, but your schedule is so full, then how are you going to make that happen? If you are running around with the kids and doing all the extracurricular activities, how are you going to find time for movement or for prepping meals? So that's another thing that keeps us in this overwhelmed state. And then the last thing I want to mention is not having a plan. If you don't have a plan to eat healthy foods, if you don't have a plan for physical activity, then it's not going to happen. And that's one of the biggest reasons why New Year's resolutions fail. You get this exciting time of year. Not you, but some people.
Well, I know, they make these stupid things.
They say, well, this next year I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to be my best. But if you don't have a plan for how you're going to do that day to day, then it's not going to last. So I have some tips for the audience, for the viewers. I have some.
Write these down.
I have a few things that I suggest for getting out of this overwhelmed place. And it's all in a guide. And that guide is free. and you can download it on
Wait a minute,
my
folks.
website.
That's free. So I don't want to hear any complaining I have to pay for this.
Exactly. So you can just head to my website, lucyhutchingsrd.com/resources will take you right to where I have all my free guides.
How many pages? How many guides do you have?
I have a few. I have, thank you, yes. So you can see there, Wellness from Within Nutrition LLC. You can see where to follow me on Facebook. That's at Wellness from Within Nutrition. Instagram at hutchings.lucy.
Okay.
And then my website, lucyhutchingsrd.com/resources will get you straight to my guide for getting out of your overwhelm. And that is called Too Overwhelmed to Start and What to Do About It. And Harry actually is the one that does all of my, not that one, but he's done all of
Not this graphic, no.
material for.
I did the 6-page pamphlet or
yes,
guide.
so there's 2 other guides that we have
guide.
right now.
Right.
2 free guides.
How many pages are these things?
The first guide, Harry probably knows because
6.
he's the one.
232
No, that was the
pages.
last one, right?
Oh, is
That was
there
the
another
healthy
one that I don't know
lunches?
about? Oh,
No, the first one, the
7,
guide.
I think, was 7 pages.
Okay.
But this one has pictures in it, so a little figures. Figure
yes.
one.
So I have a free guide for making healthy lunches for both kids and adults. I have a guide on getting healthy kickstart guide, and then I have this new guide, brand new for this audience, all on tips to get out of the overwhelm and get started on your health journey. And it's very simple, very realistic, because again, I'm a busy mom. I want to make sure that these are doable, realistic things. I don't want to overwhelm anybody.
When I sound American, what's the matter with you? Right here.
I couldn't agree more.
All right, so I'm going to share a few of those tips, not all of them, because we wouldn't have time.
11:47 left.
Yes, saw that.
You can always come back a third time and do it.
Yeah, you guys will just keep getting more Lucy Hutchings.
But they can't have enough of Lucy Hutchins.
That's right. So I'm just going to give you a few tips and then get the rest of the tips by downloading this free guide. So one of the things that I want to suggest that you do first is just bring awareness to your thoughts. Bring awareness to what you're eating. So awareness to everything, but bringing awareness to what you're eating might just be noticing the package. You know, sometimes we're eating mindlessly. Just look at it. I'm not suggesting that you have to make any changes. I'm not going to give you a list of foods you have to avoid or foods that you have to include. That's really an individual decision. So just if you look at the package, maybe even turn it over and look at the ingredient list. And just
and you say,
become
what
aware.
is this?
Right. And a good question to ask yourself is, would my grandmother or great-grandmother recognize that as food? If you're trying to decide whether you should eat it or not, that could be a guide.
But they probably didn't have all these preservatives then.
They didn't have preservatives back then.
They used salt, right?
Yeah, I mean, natural salt really isn't a big deal. So they didn't have the preservatives, they didn't have the colors, they didn't have...
With refrigeration, yeah.
Well, it depends on how far you go back.
Well, I'm with the tigers.
The Eskimos had...
Yep. I guess it depends on your location.
Not in the summer.
Wow.
Yeah, so just bringing awareness to what you're eating, and then also bring awareness to your thoughts. You know, how are you speaking to yourself? Are you criticizing yourself for the way your body looks or the way your body is acting? And, you know, we want to be speaking to ourselves in a nice, friendly way, because you can't hate yourself into better health. You have to actually love your body, which is easier said than done, but it's something that you have to work on.
Just got that song again.
I did. All right, and my other tip that I want to give you that's from this guide is making a plan. But here's the thing, is you want to make a plan with baby steps. Don't decide that you're going to go to the gym every day if that's not something you're already doing, and go on a diet, because that's not realistic, it's not sustainable, and it's not a baby step. So little things, like, you know, drinking more water, or going for a walk, or doing some stretching, or, you know, start thinking about the things that you're eating. So I brought in a few examples of some healthy snacks. These are things that if you're trying to get ready for the summer and you want to do a little weight loss, these are things that are going to give you some satiety, so fill you up, you know, make you feel satisfied, because you don't want to be hungry. Because what happens when you get hungry?
We eat.
And what do you eat?
Garbage.
a lot of times it's foods that you really didn't want to, or that don't align with your healthy path. You know, a lot of carbs and sugar, or chips or something.
Ooh, chips. How about
Right.
low sodium chips, though?
Well, the sodium is usually not a problem to worry about, so it's usually more like the healthy or unhealthy fats that are in them. So why don't we try these muffins? I made these muffins.
She made them. They're available over at the corner.
These are homemade pumpkin
Are they at
muffins.
Market Basket?
And it's too bad you don't have smell-o-vision, because you smell pretty good.
Oh, thank you,
When I
Harry.
did, I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah, you've probably had them before,
I know, I'm
because
sure.
they're
Thank you. This
kind of
is
a
for-
regular.
And it says Lucy on the.
Yep.
Wow.
It's my thing. Yes.
You like
so
one, Mary?
these muffins I actually made on a live Facebook video yesterday. So obviously this is being recorded, so it won't be yesterday when you're watching this. So just go to my Facebook page at Wellness from Within Nutrition, scroll down, and you will find the video of me making these muffins, and it has the recipe.
So what do you call these, and what's in them?
Those are pumpkin muffins, and they are made with almond flour instead of wheat flour. So it brought down the carbs and increased the protein and the healthy fats. So they're a better snack.
You look healthier already. Look at you. Sorry.
Now, I prefer to eat them with some grass-fed butter on it, but I wasn't going to bring butter
And I
to
keep
the
reminding
studio.
Lucy that butter does not
I
eat
know,
grass.
he keeps telling
sorry.
me that.
I was going to say that, but I avoided that.
Sorry.
So it's butter made from grass-fed
Take a bite.
cow's milk, and it is a better choice when you have to decide between butters. And this is a really healthy snack. This made, I think, 20 muffins with one recipe. So, you know, you make it on the weekend, and then you have a healthy snack for the rest
Do
of the week.
you sleep too, or what? You avoided that?
Sleep? I mean, it was super easy. I watched the video. You can see how quick it is.
This tastes very good, and you can tell when you bite into it. This doesn't have that overwhelming, sugary, sweet taste, you know?
Yes,
Don't you find that? Wouldn't you concur?
Oh, yes, I concur 100%, yes.
they're not
Will
as
you
sweet.
speak English next time?
What was that? Not English?
Concur.
that
What
Latin?
is this? Trying to show off your education?
Yeah, sure.
They're definitely not as sweet, but you can increase the sweetness. You can I sweetened them with honey instead of sugar and a little bit of liquid stevia. But you could add more honey.
Fine.
I think that when you add some butter to it, you don't need so much.
What do you think? You think you like it so far?
Yes,
Want me to fire one up there?
So-
that's all right.
I also have some trail mix. That's another really great snack that doesn't require any baking. I made this myself, but you can obviously buy trail mix already made. But I just did some roasted cashews, pecans, roasted coconut,
Or
which
pecans,
adds
as Ed says.
some healthy fats, and some chocolate chips and raisins. So
Don't forget
that's
the
easy.
raisins, yeah.
And of course, fruit. So whatever snack you choose, you want it to be either have some fats and proteins in it or a lot of fiber, because that will fill you up so that you can make it to the next meal.
Is that gray? Is that not gray?
Granny Smith?
Yes,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a Granny Smith apple.
Who is that? Who is
The
that?
green one over there.
And there's grapes, bananas,
No, that's not a-
clementines.
The green one is the Granny Smith,
Is it?
right here, yeah.
Who is this one?
I forget.
I heard
It's
of
not
that.
labeled.
Mac?
Oh, I think it's a Mac.
It's a Mac.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
like that Red Delicious.
Yeah, whatever apples you like, just whatever fruit you like, just keep it on hand, because that's a great snack, because it gives you that fiber, so you actually fill up a little bit more than, you know, a simple carb type snack.
And notice the expensive napkins.
Only the best for
Okay.
That's
about the
right,
best?
just for Ed.
Thank you.
only the best.
Yes.
Checks in the mail.
All right, so I do have a few parting words, and then I have some quiz questions for you.
They're easy. Don't worry. You
I knew
don't
there was a catch.
They might
don't
not
have
be
to-
easy.
you don't have to study.
One bit. Go ahead.
All right, so 4 things.
Yes.
1, become aware of these overwhelming thoughts and remember that they're there for a reason. They're there to protect you, but they're not serving you. Number 2, assess your own personal situation and create realistic goals. Like I said, don't decide that you're going to go to the gym every day and go on a diet when that's not realistic to do. Number 3, make a plan and make it with baby steps. And make sure they're actionable, doable baby steps. And then number 4 is find support. You don't have to do this alone. And just know that there's a lot of people out there dealing with this same situation. This huge percentage of the country is dealing with trying to get healthy. So you could, a friend, a family member, Facebook group, or a professional. So get the support you need.
You may find a girlfriend that way, Harry.
Perhaps, but maybe on the next show we'll talk about that.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, geez. Can't take him anymore.
Dog, please.
We can.
5-second rule, right?
Where the hell did it go?
Don't hurt yourself. I'll get
Yeah, we'll get it after.
Yeah, it looks like there's more in there. So.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, guys. Ready?
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't yell at me. I'm very sensitive.
Okay.
Quiz portion.
Why do crackers have holes in them?
That's so they won't go stale, right?
It's a multiple choice.
Oh, stop it.
I didn't know.
I forgot.
She forgot to tell. Good. Some teach. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
All right. A, it allows that classic cracker flavor to spread evenly. B, it stops air bubbles from ruining the shape. C, they're supposed to resemble salty cushions. Or D, they are marks left from the cracker making machine and no one knows how to stop it from happening.
What do you think, Ed?
I don't think it's C or D.
Yeah,
I don't remember A or B.
Want to take a guess?
What's A and B?
A, it allows that classic cracker flavor to spread evenly. Or B, it stops air bubbles from ruining the shape.
Let's
We'll go with air bubbles.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go B.
Air
Good answer. Good answer.
Yes, it's B.
Thank you.
When was the fast food chain McDonald's founded? A, 1943, B, 1961, C, 1955, or D, 1970?
Oh, geez.
55.
Yes.
Yeah, it could have been the 40s. It could have been the 40s because
Wrong again.
We're busy
Good
doing
job.
55.
Yep.
Number 3, what percentage of the world's hazelnuts are used to make Nutella?
Who?
A, Nutella.
I never met her. What is that?
That's that spread that
Chocolate.
people.
It's like a
it's
chocolatey
chocolate
spread, right?
hazelnut spread. Okay. A, 2%. B, 12%. C, 25%. Or D, this is the sole use for the hazelnut, so 100%.
No.
We'll go with 2%.
Yeah, we'll go with
It's C, 25%.
20. That's
Why
a lot.
didn't you help me out?
That's a big percent. Oh.
It is.
Thank you. That's what you got on the test.
Yeah, my average.
We might
49
only have
seconds,
room
49
for
seconds.
one more. Where did the Hawaiian pizza, which is ham and pineapple, which happens to be my favorite pizza, where did it originate from? A, Honolulu, B, Kailua Kona, C, Wapahu, or D, trick question, it was invented in Canada of all places.
Canada.
Yes. I
Wow.
was going to see if you.
No,
and it was actually by a Greek man.
Of course. I mean, that's
See that?
But he
Canada,
was
baby.
Canadian.
It's just too obvious. It's Honolulu.
Canadian and Greek.
Okay. Something against Canadian Greeks?
No,
All right, you're Greek, so it's all right. Now, you haven't finished yet, though, right?
I'm all done. Just go to my website, download that free guide. That's lucyhutchingsrd.com/resource. Listen to my podcast. Yeah.
All right, so we want to thank Lucy once again. Let's give her a hand. Come on, kids. Come on. Yeah. Thank you, Harry, for not being too annoying today.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And we'll be back.
Don't get used to it.
Stop it.
No.
We're back next Friday. Lucy will be the co-host.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I will be here.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
All right. Come on. Come on. All right. Thank you. See that? The kids love you. All right.
So popular.
All right, so we'll see you then.
Ed Sullivan is dead, but Cohen isn't. And when it comes to weather, Cohen's smart. As New York as you get, his money's on the Mets, which goes to show that Ed's a Joe who always bets his heart. You'll hear a slick review or two from Nicky. And Cantor Something Berg will sing some song. There's weather news and shtick, enough to make you sick. You'll be glad you came along.